This is the Iowa Weather Report for Monday, December 24th, Christmas Eve 2012. Now, our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run. At noon today, we have some energy moving across the Great Lakes in the upper Midwest. Another piece of energy hanging back over the west coast and into the Intermountain West. At the surface, we have disturbance moving east of the state that could be producing some light snow showers, maybe a little bit of freezing drizzle, accumulations, little if any, across the state. And on Christmas Day, our attention turns to a storm that'll just miss us to the south, bring a few clouds, but mainly it's going to bring a lot of cold temperatures and maybe severe weather across the south, a snowstorm from Oklahoma and Arkansas northeastward across the Ohio Valley, and all we get is temperatures dropping into the teens for highs and lows at or around zero. Continues into Thursday. That storm runs up to the northeast into the New England states. Bit of snow activity off to our west, fairly light at best. It moves here on Friday, but it just dissolves in the dry air that we're going to have, dry and fairly cold air. Highs still remaining in the teens to near 20, lows in the single digits above or below zero. And Saturday, another storm moves along the Gulf Coast with some rain and maybe a bit of snow across the Ohio Valley, and that just reinforces the cold air more. Highs again in the teens. And this even continues to Sunday, the 30th. We're still going to have some cold air around, some lake effect over the lake effect snow belts, and maybe a few clouds around here. And even a week from today, New Year's Eve, we still have a flow coming out of Canada. That doesn't spell warm weather. That spells continued cold weather. And maybe a few flurries to our east, some snow showers. But it looks like the next week is going to be rather cold, with teens for highs to near 20 and lows above and below zero. A couple days later, on January the 4th, the flow turns more zonal. We have some energy moving across the middle part of the country over Kansas. And if this ends up panning out, this could bring a few rain showers to our south and some snow to our north, and of course nothing around here. But temperatures look to be back to near seasonal levels around 30. And at the end of the forecast on January the 8th, we have another system moving across the Ohio Valley, but the flow is zonal again, so it looks like January is going to be more west-east rather than from the northwest. And this too would continue with a few light snow showers around, nothing of any significance, but temperatures remaining a few degrees either side of 30 if this pans out. Last night's satellite image showed there's that disturbance across the middle part of the country with a few clouds, a few flurries around. Another system off to our west, that'll be the one that'll dig in through the south and produce lots of snow and severe weather. The watch warning map from last evening shows a number of winter weather advisories across the west and into the southern plains. Winter storm watch from Oklahoma northeastward into Illinois and Indiana, and fairly quiet around here. QPF chart, precipitation over the next 5 days through Friday evening at 6 o'clock, showing almost nothing around here for the next 5 days, but a lot of rain across the south and east and across the west.